Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning, and today I'm at a Joan Allen event. Looks like they're already getting a briefing, but they've already found yesterday. It's a 3 or 4 day event, and they have already found a hoard of 35 gold staters, I believe. So let's go. Okay, I've been going probably just over an hour. There's hundreds of us, and I've done quite a lot of crap. The floor's medium hard, but I did just find a really heavy lead ball, which I would imagine is a musket shot. Never found one of them before. It's coming at a 19. Don't know if you can see that, but yeah. At least found something that's resembles, well, still, it's not sort of just pure crap, it's just a lead ball. It's 12:06 now. You can just about see the cars of the first couple of fields in the distance, and then there's the cars down there. There's loads of land, but not a lot to find at the moment. I have found a disc. So I don't know what this is, but it could be nothing, but it's got an interesting colour on that side. Probably nothing, but the fact that it's different colour, maybe, I don't know. But that came in at a high, because obviously that on the side of it. But that's all I found apart from the musket ball. So I'm going to probably go down to the first couple of fields. Make my way back because it's a hot day. I've run out of drinks, so I'm going to make my way back down to the car, get a drink, eat, and then head over to those other fields, I think. Okay, so got my new hat on that they gave me for free in the goodie bag. So it's still a lovely day. It's actually the ground's a lot softer where I am at the moment by the road, and I just thought it's a straight road. Made me think of Romans, and a 10 come up in this hole, and I think it might be what I'm looking for. Very difficult to definitely got shapes on that side. Really difficult to see. Okay, I've just about got it in focus there. Something on there, and it is round, so I think hopefully I'm not going to be disappointed that that's a little coin. It's now 3 o'clock, so it's taken me a while, but let's keep going now. That's giving me a bit more encouragement. Okay, I've just got back home, and this is my tiny little find thing. I did have a few other things I need to just look through, but I thought the ball was interesting. It's just a piece of stone, I think, but I've never seen one so perfectly round. Got my musket ball, and then this, I think, is an odd little button. Don't know what that is. Probably nothing. That's nothing. Looks like an old Vauxhall badge. In fact, it is an old Vauxhall badge. Not sure what that's come off. And then I bought a few books. So I bought the Coins of England, Britain's First Coins by Chris Rudd, and the Tribes and Coins of Celtic Britain, because I've got a Celtic quarter stater, and hopefully I'm going again tomorrow, so hopefully I'll find some more status. Someone found 35 on this dig, so well done to them. And my best find of the day, some guy was telling me this is actually a rose farthing, which I will try and zoom in and see if I can see and agree. Okay, so here again, Sunday. I've just been over to see a guy called Neil over there, who's a detectorist and an expert, and he said he's given me a few tips, set my machine up differently. So let's go to the new site today. So trying Neil's new settings, and I found that I'm finding more stuff, a couple of tiny little bits of trash, and then I'm only sort of that far, so I've only walked about, I don't know, 30 feet, because I didn't start right at the barn obviously, and I've come out with this already. Okay, so I think it's 1950, but at least it's a coin already, so let's keep going. Fairly big field, but a lot of bodies on it, but yeah, good. Okay, still not much further from where I started, and my second coin of the day, it's an old 50p, quite deep actually. What's that, 6 inches or so? But definitely these settings, I'll share them at the end of the video. They're definitely better, I think. Well, I'm finding. Coincidence, you never know. And I found one of my, I don't find a lot of sort of decorative articles. This came in at 15. I have no idea what that is, but it's more interesting than a piece of scrap, so all good. So this was a really noisy 20. It had a little bit of scratchiness to begin with, but overall it was definitely a big noise, very loud. Sort of, it said it was about 6 to 8 inches. I don't know if that actually is, but anyway, it popped. Oh, hang on, getting feedback. Yeah, it popped out as I was digging, and I think it's promising. What do you think? Sorry. What do you think? Bear with me. Okay, I can't make out exactly what it is, and I'm no expert, but I think I can conclude that that is my first full hammered coin. I had a little half, but that one is obviously fully round. It's got some writing on it, a crown on the top there. So excellent, that is brilliant. Okay, Neil from the Joan Allen detector event, the Heart of Kent 2022. I don't know what you've done to this machine, but it's certainly finding coins today. This one's only a penny, but straight on it was just kicking around at 26, came in at 26, just virtually in the straw. So brilliant. It's just this is fun. You know, yesterday I walked, where is it now? Either over on that hill or just over on that massive hill. I think it was that one over there. Nearly killed myself walking a million steps. And found a rose farthing, which I was happy with, but very hard going today. Basically walked, I don't know, 300 yards from the car park, very slow stroll from over there, as per Neil's guidance. You know, a lot of these people that run about, he says they're missing the stuff. Well, I tend to agree, so thanks so much, Neil. Let's keep going. I want to go along the edge of the road. For some reason I like doing that, but let's go. So 12:30 now. As you can see, I haven't travelled far. I went up to the road, and a few bits of trash up sort of in the last couple of digs, but then this came in, and it was pretty solid. So again, same sort of distance. I don't know what it is. I've just seen it pop out. So that came in AT. Oops, hang on. It's a 10. Came in at a 10. Let me see if I can clean it up a bit. See what it is. So no, I can't make it out. But we've got an expert on site, so maybe he'll be able to help me. And I'll put what it is if I find out what it is. It's got definitely some markings, just need to gently clean it off somehow. So excellent. So as you can see, there's not many people. It's only probably 1 o'clock. Everybody's disappeared because they've all got frustrated because they've all got the concept that this is a rubbish field. Last bloke I spoke to was like, oh, this is rubbish basically. However, every time it does sort of defy belief a little bit that every time I'm walking about I'm getting signals and I'm like, well, it can't be another one. And it is, because this one was about 4 inches down. It's a pretty solid 17, and it's popped out. Didn't have to search for it too hard. Fantastic. Okay, so little farthing, 1845, best conditioned coin I've got today, I think. So it's obviously a little Victoria, but brilliant. I love it. I don't. Obviously, you want that older stuff, but as long as you're picking up coins, happy days. So it's now 4:30. I went for a spot of lunch, had a little chat to Neil to say thanks and say I think those settings were better. And then I'm virtually on my own here. There's a couple of people there, but so many people have gone home. However, the landowner, or the brother of the landowner, driving around on the land and mentioned that where you can see up there, those trees, that used to be a pond, which is now just dry. They had a little go in there, but no joy. And then where these people are used to be an old medieval house. So I've been having to go around here, and then floor. You can't actually see the stubbles up on the top there. So that's what mainly we've been working with. But this is much more like clay. So when you dig it, it's a lot easier. Big lumps come out. And I've just had a really solid 19. And this has popped out. What is it? It's probably the biggest coin I've ever dug out the floor. I can't see what it is, but it's large. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so it is a coin. There's some very slight detail on it, but it's mainly smooth. So that's going to be a challenge to find out what that is. This side nondescript. This side has got some detail just in that corner of that side. So yeah, brilliant. Let's keep going. Been a while now, but at least they're still popping up. Okay, I've come another couple of feet from where I found that big coin, and the ground's great. You just sort of stick the I mean, it's been dry and hard all the last day or so, but this down here, as I say, is quite sort of like, I don't know if it's clay, but it certainly sticks together well. As you see, you can dig a big hole, just put the spade in and a big lump comes out. And I turn this over, and you got that just stuck in there. I think it's actually only a penny, but it's been there a long time if it is. I'm sure I saw, very difficult to see without cleaning it up, but I'm sure I saw the cullis on it. I think that's just a penny, but it's another coin. And that's probably the most deteriorated 1 pence, if that's what it is, I've ever seen. It's been there ages. Brilliant. I must have thoroughly enjoyed. Yesterday was pretty hard work. Today's been absolutely brilliant. Okay, the coin was a penny. Came in actually at a 28, quite loud really. And then again, another few feet. Another quite deep hole, but it's easy to dig here. And I've got a came in really solid 19. Here's an old broken key. So some really good targets. I mean, you know, I didn't want to find a key especially, but they're really solid. Okay, 20 to 6, and I've had a really strong 20-ish, and totally missed where it was. And it said it was really deep, but actually it's popped out here. Oh, and that one looks a bit better condition than, it's a button. First button of the weekend. Okay, it's a nice one. Yeah, okay. I'm tired now, but that's really nice. So I'll clean that up. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it's saying it's so deep. Maybe I was just missing it. It's now nearly 7 o'clock. I think I'm nearly the last one here. Beautiful evening. Been a bit slow going since the button I found. I think is it a livery button? I don't know. But there's one guy I know that's here all weekend and hadn't found anything, and he's headed off down there with his CTX. What is it, 300? So he said he's not going to finish till he finds something. Well, I found quite a lot today. I'll do a wrap up in a bit because I've probably found the most number of coins I've ever found in one day. Beautiful evening. So yeah, it's been a good day. Good event. So from here I'm just gonna head towards the barn. I've found most that hammered and quite a few coins in this area, so I'm just gonna sort of slowly wander back over there and call it a day. So this is the conclusion of my finds. I won't bore you with the junk I found also, sort of obviously a bag full of bits of rubbish, but these are the things I did find of interest, and I must say it was the best day I've had, I think, based on, and I'll give credit to Neil, I think his name's Neil Jones, but he set my unit up differently, my Equinox 800 up differently, and it, you know, you can only say it must have made a difference, because, you know, I found all these coins, whereas the day, well, I found this one on the first day, and I found all the rest on the second day, so something's going right. Just wanted to touch base. I thought also on the day, I did mention that I'd bought these books. I don't know, when you're at these fairs, you just, you know, I bought this one because I've got my little quarter stater there, so it sort of drove me to buy them, even though you can get it online, the information. I bought this one, and then I bought this one here, which I can't pick up, and I thought the guy, you know, I saw loads of Amazon boxes, so I thought, oh yeah, he's just buying them off Amazon and selling them here. But actually I've checked on Amazon, they were cheaper at the fair, so that's really cool. So I'm not quite sure where his profit margin is, but I don't care. Well done. And then just to look through these coins, you know, I haven't got my little eyeglass out. I'm just about to have a good look, but penny, not sure what that is yet. I've been told this is a half a penny. I'm not sure. Nice little half penny from, I think, 1950. Not sure if I can zoom in on that. And then I've been told this is a little rose farthing. Got a nice little button, which again I'll try and get the information off of that. 50p Victorian farthing, best find of the weekend. Now I was told this was a William the Third. I'm going to guess it's a Charles the First. I don't know yet. I will investigate that. And then just some other bits and bobs. Key. I thought this was interesting because it's got some, could be just nothing, but the fact that it's got some detailing on there, not sure, could be anything, couldn't it? And then this has got some writing on which I'll find. No idea what this thing is, but again, anything circular is of interest. This was interesting as well, that it's got this really weird sort of, it's like a little light, doesn't it? But presumably something from a agricultural vehicle, but found it anyway. And then this, I think, is a piece of junk. And then this little little piece here, which I'd be interested to know more on what is that. So so that's all the finds. Okay, so finally, I'd like to just cover off what happened that I went from 1 coin to the 9 coins. Now, clearly that could just be a coincidence, but I'd like to think that it was the settings made it easier. Now, I was going to go with, I think there's a guy called Sid, England's History, on YouTube, and I'd set my machine up to try his, because they seem to make sense. But however, I had a chat with this guy from Minelab on site, and he changed my setting. I thought, well, okay, well, he's the expert, let's go with that. So I thought it might be really useful to see what those settings were. So let's just recap. So from going from one little coin, I was digging for 8 hours, if not more, to go into all of the other stuff you see here. It's a massive difference, isn't it? You know, and I've been on many digs. That was the reason for going and asking for advice. Been on many digs where everybody's getting loads of hammered, and I've come back with nearly nothing. So this is a big change for me. Hopefully it is because of the settings. So let's have a look. So obviously the first setting is just a standard ground balance. You'd all know that. Then, the noise cancel. And then the ground balance is 0. And then the volume. So if we go into here, we've got, now this was interesting that from whatever that is, it looks like, I think it's -9 to 1. This chap Neil's taken out the volume altogether, so I don't actually hear any of the trash. And then obviously on the other one, it's full volume for the rest. And because he's got it set, I believe on the Beach One 50 tone. I don't really understand this. I was going around the field yesterday to try and work out how's he even done this. But I think you get sort of like a two tone, even though it's 50 tones, there's sort of 2 breaks. So I'm not fully up to speed, but I'll just show you anyway. And then if we go across, so I've got now I've never really enjoyed this sort of threshold level, which is basically a constant buzz, which tends to do my head in a bit. So I've got it at a very low pitch, and eventually sort of towards the end of the day I did turn it up so I could hear it, because I'm slightly hard of hearing. So sort of I think Neil put it to 2 or something. I couldn't hear that, so not convinced on that, and obviously I think that's just an option. And then I'm on my 50 tones, and as you see, I've got, and let me try and work this out. So I've got just, okay, so that is the level, I think, isn't it? So I can add to that. Can I add to that? No, that must be the, let's have a look at this. That's the tone, so it's a very low tone for the trash, basically. And then a really high. So that's probably the biggest difference, that everything that might be worth digging is screaming at me rather than the mix that I had before. And then if we go across again, I think this is probably irrelevant because I've got, I use the horseshoe on so I can hear everything. And that's just, so that's it. It's just this one, T1 is set to 1. Let's have a look at that a sec. Yeah, so that's the range. So anything from -9 to 1 is classed as trash. And then finally, I'm set to a recovery speed of 4, so fairly slow feedback. And then my FE2 is what he set it to 0. And then he's actually set my sensitivity to 20, so I was flexing that a bit. And I think that's it. And like I say, I'm on, and the biggest thing obviously all throughout and sort of Sid's settings were on field 1. Now, this guy's put me on beach 1, which is totally a bit mind-blowing. Why would you make a machine that you go to beach 1 when you're in a field? But there you go. So that's my settings, and it's obviously paid dividends for me.